Hey everybody, this is Greg Ryder and I'm the CEO and founder of Angel Investors Network, and today we're going to do a little PowerPoint presentation on lead magnets and how to get leads and subscribers that are predisposed to buy from you, right? Not only do we want to create lead magnets and create a list of subscribers, and we want to create a list around your business, we want them to be predisposed to buy from you. We want to build up that intrinsic value. We want to build up that desire to buy from you, whatever your product or service is. And so in this training, you're going to learn how to create lead magnets that are that will increase your sales and your profits guaranteed. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I have been a former investment banker, and my passion in life is helping early stage entrepreneurs get funding that they need, build their businesses and grow, and we make investments. And if you ever watch the show Shark Tank TV show, myself and a number of people in my network, that's what we do, is we like to look at deals and we invest in deals. A lot of times we'll take equity in deals for our expertise. A lot of times we'll take equity in deals for our money, and we have people in our network like Kevin Harrington, who was one of the original sharks on Shark Tank TV show, and a lot of investors, as well as we have C-level executives that come into our portfolio companies and bring expertise from chief financial officer to CEOs, part-time CEOs, part-time CFOs, and we kind of do things. We give the entrepreneurs everything they need to succeed, so our investments we have a higher success rate with our investments with our network than other angel networks do. At least that's our claim to fame and what we claim there. So with that being said, let me dive into today's training, and let's talk about what a lead magnet is. And a lead magnet really is that irresistible ethical bribe. And the term ethical bribe is ethical because you're giving something of value to somebody in exchange for their contact information. And on the internet, all we really need is their email address, right? And in some situations with Facebook, it maybe they're going to like your page because then you kind of communicate with them. So again, what is that lead magnet that you can give that's an ethical bribe to get your target market? And again, we don't want to get lead magnets that generate all kinds of people into our market that aren't our target market. It's about getting the right people into our list, the right people watching our stuff, so we can increase our rate of return, our ROI on the people that join our list. So what are you giving them in exchange for that? So that's what a lead magnet is as far as my definition. It's whatever that is that gets somebody to give you their email address and maybe even more than their name, their phone number, their whatever, in exchange for the right to market with them and communicate with them. So it's a real simple concept, right? Now here's where a lot of people break down and they don't make the right, they don't create the right lead magnets. And I'm going to give you guys some checklists, or give you the ability to get a checklist and some tools to really help you nail this down at the end of this presentation. But for now, let's talk about this. So the lead magnet really needs to be specific, actionable, and provide value beyond you would typically be expected. So in other words, a boring Me Too white papers just don't cut it. Now, if somebody's never been exposed to a particular white paper on a particular subject that's really highly targeted to your niche, that would work, right? But let's think outside of the box. Let's see, how can we be specific? What actionable item can we provide? And I tell people, give away your best stuff. Share your best stuff as a lead magnet, because when a prospect comes across a lead magnet and they take you up on your offer to get your lead magnet, and it's some of your best stuff, and it's really short and actionable, they go, man, if this guy's giving this stuff away for free, how good is the stuff that he's paying for, right? And again, this kind of stuff that we teach could be used by unscrupulous marketers, and we don't really, I don't really care for that. I don't care for the posers, and that's one of the reasons that we partnered up with Chris and his team, because these guys are the real deal, and we want you guys to provide real value and be the real deal. And if you're not providing real value, get your act together, get your course together, get your information together, whatever your product or service is, enhance it so it really is a good deal. So when you're bringing people in the funnel, you're providing value, because this all works. It all works through from the beginning of the funnel to the end of the funnel if you provide real value. If not, maybe you can get leads on the front end, but it's all going to be a big house of cards and come crashing down on you. So since the lead magnet is where we start with the funnel, and if you're not familiar with the term funnel, in any business you should have a sales funnel, right? Lead magnets, tripwires, core offers, upsells, downsells, and return path is kind of the model that I teach, and this is just the first segment of that. And we'd like you to get access to all that information, and if you get on my list and you join my list, you would have access to that at some point. But because it's the start of a sales funnel, it literally is the highest leverage point, right? When you really can perfect and really offer the right lead magnet to the right customer, to the right target market, because you really thought this through and you had the right tools to think it through and you created the right lead magnets, this is the highest leverage point. Because if I can bring 1,000 leads in the funnel, I'm obviously going to make more money if I bring 100 leads in the funnel. So it's really about leveraging your knowledge, your information, and creating the right lead magnets, and that's where you can leverage this and really do this. And again, so why lead magnets? It's because, you know, your target market, they want something immediate. We live in an immediate gratification society and culture, right? And we all know that. So the goal is to give them something that they can consume, that they can view, that they can watch, that they can read, that they can listen to very, very quickly, that gives really tangible, actionable content, right? Or, you know, something. It might be a software program. It might be a tip. Like, I have a good example. I have a tip. I have over 70 celebrities, movie stars, TV stars that have given me video testimonies and that have taken pictures with me. And it increases my intrinsic value and all this kind of stuff. And I tell people, hey, do you want to know how to get a celebrity? I can get you in front of 30, 40 celebrities in the next 60 days. Guaranteed. Who else wants to be in front of 30 to 50 celebrities and possibly get a celebrity to endorse your product, take a picture with you, do a video with you, guaranteed in the next 30, 40 days? Well, that's a great lead magnet for the right person who wants celebrity endorsements, and it's like one sentence. I'm going to give you guys' phone number. You're going to call him up, and he's going to do it, right? It's just a contact I have. It's not a lot of work. Doesn't take a lot of time to consume it. It's just the perfect information at the right time. So people that create lead magnets that take a week for them to consume, or it's a 10 video series or a big video series that might take hours and they can't get through it right away, that's not the optimal lead magnet. It's not a bad one, but you really want something that somebody can consume, they can use, they can go through right away to go, man, that was awesome. I'm really glad I did that. And now they're going to read your next email, they're going to read your next wall post and that kind of stuff. So you want to give them immediate gratification, something they can sink their teeth into right now, and a good lead magnet does that. So what is the premise for a good lead magnet? Now, there's an internet marketer, a couple guys that I've acquaintance with, and I wouldn't say friends, but business associates with. One is Dean Jackson and Joe Polish, and these guys are just awesome. And Dean Jackson, I think, is the one that originated this thought process and this idea. Is find their cheese, right? You got to find their cheese. So when you're looking at your target customer and your target audience, what is their cheese, right? What is their cheese? And there's the whole story that a mouse will dig through, you know, a brick wall or, you know, whatever that is, to get to on the other side of that wall to get the cheese that they smell. Well, that's what you want to do with your prospect. Who is your customer? Profile your customer, their age, their gender, their demographics, that kind of stuff. And what is it that they would chew through a wall to get through? So like with me, with Angel Investors Network, an entrepreneur who needs to raise capital, the idea that I can help them raise capital and I can introduce them to investors that want to invest in their company is their cheese, right? They will give me their email address. They will jump through hoops if they believe and have any credibility that I have investors for them and we can invest in their deal. That is their cheese. So let me give you some more examples. So in the market of maybe investors, you know, there's all kinds of different investors and different investments, but in certain segments, top dividend stocks would be a great lead magnet in the investor category. In Forex traders, if you don't know anything about Forex trading, you don't know what a MetaTrader tutorials are. But if you are a Forex trader, you'll know what a MetaTrader tutorial is, and that might be your lead magnet, right? Golfers, right? Golfers want to hit the ball longer. They all want to hit the ball further, right? So 10 yards longer could be a good lead magnet. Single guys, you know, there's a guy, Evan Pagan, a big internet marketer who's made just millions and millions of dollars, become an investor. He's just really, you know, just done really, really well. He started off in the, you know, the whole dating online, you know, how to date and how to get girls to date you stuff. And one of the ones was the kiss test, you know, how to know as a single guy if that girl's open to let you kiss her on the first, you know, or when she's willing to be open to that kiss without blowing the whole deal. field, right? Or if you're a horse owner, you know what cribbing is. If you don't know what horse owner is, you don't know what cribbing is, right? It's not relative to you. But if you're a horse owner, that could be an important topic for you, an important lead magnet that would get you to, opt in for something. And preppers and the big huge market in the prepper, getting prepared for disasters and food shortages and all kinds of stuff like that. Getting a second passport could be, how to get a second passport could be a good lead magnet. So again, you think of the market, you think about the lead magnet, what that could be. You got to think about that and create something that's their cheese. And you put some thought into it, put some energy into it, and I promise you it will pay off. And as regards to this, one of the things that we teach too, and we deal with every marketer, is copywriting, headlines, interrupts, engage. My marketing formula is this: headline, interrupt, engage, offer. Everything I try to do, it has 4 components. It's got a headline, and the headline's got to be benefit driven. It's got to hit their hot button. It's got to go after their cheese, address their cheese. Then we have the interrupt, and the interrupt is the sub-headline that delivers a promise. What is the promise that I'm going to deliver if you keep reading? And then third is educate. You got to give me enough education where I can make an informed decision and feel like I'm making a smart decision. And then of course there's an offer, and they matter a lot. And I can't tell you how much they matter. And I'm going to give you just one example of hundreds we have, but this I think is a really good visual example. There's a book that Naura Hayden produced called Astrological Love. And they published this originally in 1982, and they sold less than 5,000 copies. They took the exact same book, renamed it How to Satisfy a Woman Every Time, ... and have her beg for more, ! It really works. The first and only book that tells you exactly how. Exact same book inside, different cover, different title, different headline, republished the same book in 1998 and sold over 2.5 million copies. Now that's the difference between making money and going broke, right? So they matter. And with internet, we split test our headlines, and I've had headlines increase conversions as much as 300%. I've had headlines increase conversions by changing one word by 15, 20, 30%. And again, if you're getting 10 people to your website, it's not a big deal. But if you're getting 10,000 people to your website, it is a big deal. So you got to keep that in mind. So here's a couple tips as it relates to your headline and your titles. You want to speak to the desired result, win it if you can, right? So a couple examples would be how to win friends and influence people. Great headline, speaks to the end result, got it, get it. Waking up productive, 10 things you can do to wake up productive every day. The strategies and tactics of getting things done, right? We're speaking to the end result, and it's very descriptive, very easy to understand, and people that are having issues with waking up productive or getting things done, or they want to win friends, that's what's going to be attractive to them, right? Another really good strategy, tip number 2 as it relates to this, is reduction to the absurd, right? These sometimes are just so, if you go too absurd, I think it can be a turnoff. But the 4-hour work week, I mean, that book blew up, and he just killed it with that book, because the idea that I don't have to work 4 hours, that was very appealing to a lot of people. The 24-hour workday, and that could go either way. How to avoid the 24-hour workday, right? Or how about this one? 3 tiny movements that burn 3 pounds of belly fat in 3 minutes. Okay. I want to do that, right? That's a great one, because I have a little belly fat going on. I got a little belly. I need to burn some belly fat. I want to get that done. So, and it's so absurd that could happen. It's like, I got to check it out. I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to give you my name and email. If I've never heard anything like that and it fits me, I'm willing to, put that together. So, reduction to the absurd. You can consider that. Now, again, these are tips. These aren't, rules of law. And I'm going to give you guys access, or offer you access to some things that can help you with this in this regard. So another one is be head-on and be descriptive, right? So again, we want our target audience, right? So you can say how to use Pinterest for business. If you just said how to use Pinterest, you might get some opt-ins, but you might get the wrong opt-ins. You might get the wrong leads. But when you say for business, now you've eliminated, if you only want business owners, that's what you want, right? How to purify water, even urine. So again, if you're a prepper or you're one of these survivalists, you want to know how to purify your urine, that's going to trip you're going to want to know that, right? That's something I want to know. Or real specific too, right? Vertical and container gardening secrets. Like, right, I don't even know what that is, but that's a very descriptive, and head-on headline attention getter that's going to bring in the exact target market if I'm selling vertical and container gardening products, right? So it's not that hard to think this through and do that. So my screensaver just went on. I forgot to turn my screensaver off. So think about that. Think about these different things, and so here's what I got for you. So that's kind of like my little coaching on lead magnets. And what I want to do is I want to offer you guys a little free report and a checklist. I have a report, it's a 7-page report called Lead Magnets, Email List Building on Steroids. And it kind of goes over the stuff, shows some examples of a good lead magnet and a bad lead magnet. And I also have a lead magnet worksheet and checklist that I'd like to give you. And on this checklist, it really talks, it gives you just, hey, every time you're creating a lead magnet, just check this list off. Is it a report? Is it a guide? And I have 8 steps that you have to make sure that every lead magnet covers. And it's just a guide to help you do that. So if this is you and you'd like to get that free report, you think, hey, this was valuable content, you'd like to get more of this, you'd like to get on our list, and we will continue to communicate with you regarding marketing and this whole funnel optimization, you just go to angelnetwork.com/lead magnet. So this is Greg Ratter. I hope you've enjoyed this little training and this little coaching on lead magnets. And until then, do what I do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them.